Even if you have the most strategic and best looking sales funnel out there, it doesn't mean much without any traffic coming to it. Let's talk about the best strategies and tips for how to drive traffic to your sales funnel. First, we're going to cover some of my methods that you can use to drive traffic to your sales funnel in a way that they're already warmed up and pre-framed to buy. Then we'll talk about the two most critical strategies you need to take to drive traffic to your sales funnel. And then I'll give you an example of what driving traffic to your sales funnel should look like in real time. Let's talk about some of the methods that you can use to drive traffic to your sales funnels. The first method is YouTube videos. Hello, you're watching this YouTube video right now. Maybe you make your own YouTube videos in the future where you are giving value, people are able to find your videos, and then from there you have a call to action saying, hey, if you want more of this or here's the next step you need, click the link below, which can send them towards your funnels. The great thing about YouTube videos is YouTube is a search engine. It is the second largest search engine in the world, owned by Google, the largest search engine in the world. So when people go to Google and they type in a question or they're searching for something, often their answer can come up in the form of your YouTube videos. So if you have YouTube videos that are ranking, that are search engine optimized, people can be finding your videos all day, every day, and with a clear call to action, that can drive them to their funnel. And I've already mentioned SEO, search engine optimization. That can also be blogs on your website. Maybe you have some blogs where you're talking about a certain topic and then you say, for more information, click this link. And then that brings them to a sales funnel where maybe you're selling a low ticket offer or allowing them to apply for another product or service that you can provide them. Another way to drive traffic to your sales funnel is through emails. When you have people that are on your email list, they're regularly being nurtured. When you nurture that relationship and you build this intimacy where you show them that they resonate with you, your values, what you have to offer, and they feel really enticed when you drop them a link for, hey, here's maybe a challenge, maybe it's another lead magnet, maybe it's a webinar or a low ticket or an application funnel. Because they have that relationship with you over email and that the content that you're bringing to their inbox is valuable, maybe it's humorous, maybe it's intriguing, giving them a link in that email can drive them towards the sales funnel, and because of the relationship that you've created ahead of time, they're more likely to convert. Another method is podcasts. Whether it's your podcast or you get to be a guest on someone else's, I would actually totally recommend being on people's podcasts, maybe even trading that you go on their podcast, they go on your podcast. That way you can share audiences, you can provide value, speak about your topic of expertise, and then give them a call to action for where they can go to learn more. Maybe you give them a freebie, invite them to a training, or send them to a low ticket offer. So we've talked YouTube videos, SEO, email, podcast. The other one that I want to share with you is social media, no matter what platform you're on. Maybe it's Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter, you can always drop them a link for here's where they can get more value. If they're following your journey where you're documenting your regular life or sharing sneak peeks at your expertise or your products and services on social media, it's very easy to then lead them, segue them into your sales funnel. Now, those are some organic methods, but there's also paid traffic. You can be paying for Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, Pinterest ads, and when you drive traffic using a paid advertising platform, you can really target specifically the demographic that you want to reach. So maybe if you are speaking to moms between the age of 30 to 45, you can actually specifically target that in your Facebook ads or in whatever ad platform. And if you know the demographic that you want to be able to reach more, maybe you'll have some more data on what platforms are they hanging out on. If you're speaking to maybe people in fitness or people that want recipes, that might be a good platform to use Pinterest ads, because of the content that people are usually going there for. You want to go where your audience is, and you can create organic content or put a little bit ad spend into it to drive paid traffic to your funnels. I'd love to know, how many of these methods are you using right now to drive traffic to your funnels? Let me know in the comments below which ones you're using, or if I've given you some ideas that you're going to try next. Now, before you try any of the methods that I just mentioned, there's two critical steps that I really want to drive home for you. I kind of already mentioned the first one is to determine where your audience is hanging out. If you are reaching, like I mentioned, maybe mom bloggers or people that are looking at recipes, or, where are people looking for this content already? go to platforms that host things like that. So that might be Pinterest. If you are looking for business people that want to network, you might want to go to LinkedIn. Do some research, spend time on all the platforms that you can maybe get a taste of what it's like, and then double down. Spend more time on the platforms where you're finding your audience and being able to engage with them. I'd love to know, what platforms are you using? What have you found the best results in? Maybe share or give us some feedback. And before we go on to that second most critical step, make sure that you hit that subscribe button below. Now, the second most critical step is you have to give them a reason to want to take action. In every piece of content that you create, give them some sort of an enticing call to action. If you just give a whole bunch of value and then you're like, well, see you later, you ghost them, you haven't given them the opportunity to move forward. And it could be as simple as, hey, if you like this video, hit the like button, or say, hey, I have another video that you can get this, or you can go to my blog or click the link below to get access to maybe a checklist or a webinar or a training or an ebook or something like that. Don't assume that just because your content is valuable that they're going to take a next step without you prompting them to do so. It's kind of like being on a date with someone you really like and you want to go on a second date, but you're playing hard to get. There's nothing wrong with asking for it. You're gonna get a much higher conversion when you give them some sort of a bait or some sort of an incentive. So maybe if you say, hey, if you click here, you can get a free coupon or this resource or something that they actually benefit from it. It's not just going there for the sake of going there. They're not just watching this video because you told them to. They have a reason to. It's gonna interest or it's gonna benefit their life in some way. Creating organic content is a major part of driving traffic for your funnel, but the old way that most marketers do to create content, what most marketers are teaching, this is an outdated version of content creation. It takes forever. It doesn't always convert. That's why I want to teach you my content creation process. I call it my content cash flow system. Because if you create content, we want to turn it into a content machine, but it doesn't convert unless you also have a cash flow machine. I'm going to show you how to create both. I've created this training called How to Create 6 Months of Content in 3 Days Without Publishing Your Face Off for Months with No Return. If you click the link in my video, you can get access to that for free.